Hey everyone, Michael Hammond here. It's the start of a new week. We get to focus on what we get to do, not what we have to do. I couldn't be more excited to be here with you. Hopefully all of you had a good weekend, right? There's still a ton of challenging times that we're dealing, not just with the pandemic, but if you're on the West Coast with wildfires, and if you're in the Gulf Coast, you've got all kinds of hurricanes and tropical storms, and that's just part of it. We're still dealing with the pandemic, right? It's now that time of year where a lot of kids are going back to school, whatever that means, back to school. If you have young kids, you've got to figure out, do I send them to school? Are they going to be home digitally? If they're home digitally, how do I help school them, still take care of my job, my responsibilities? If you have older kids, sending them off to college, you still want them to have that college experience. But you're worried, even if they're going to be safe, are the other kids going to be safe? Is the school going to be open? Is it going to get shut down again? How can they balance all of these things? So I get it. There's a ton of things going on, and I'm not minimizing any of those, but we're here for it. It's a Monday morning fuel up. Let's focus on the positive. I want to address some of the key areas that I think people are struggling with right now, and hopefully I can give you a tip or two to get you out of that kind of funk. As I talk to, whether it's owners of mortgage companies, whether it's loan officers, whether it's founders of mortgage technology companies, one thing is certain: people are very, very busy right now. That's good news, right? We're fueling the economy forward. We're helping keep people in their homes. We're putting people into their homes. Now more than ever during this pandemic, they need that. We provide a critical service that we should never lose sight of. But what's happening is, because it's what I keep hearing from mortgage company leaders: record-breaking month, record-breaking month, record-breaking month. When I hear from LOs, I already hit my numbers for the year. Now what am I going to do? The first thing is always replace one goal with another one, or otherwise you're just going to stagnate, and it's going to be, you're going to have a lot of challenges because you're not constantly moving forward. You're not constantly pushing yourself. You're not constantly learning and really taking things to that next level and that next step. But as I talk to these people, and they're very busy and everything like that, what I think happens in this market when there's so much low-hanging fruit, people just grab the low-hanging fruit. And while that is great, I'm a big proponent of taking action. There's too many people that sit on the sidelines. So for those of you taking action, I commend you. But what I also know that happens is, when people get so focused on taking action, they don't take any time to strategically look at it and do an assessment of where are they at personally. Okay, I'm a loan officer. I'm bringing in all of these deals, but maybe you have no balance. Maybe you've spent no time with your family. Maybe you've stopped exercising. Maybe you're not eating right. Whatever it may be, you've got to start shifting and planning for, how can I get some of those other things incorporated into my life? Strategically, what do I need to be focusing on? Can't tell you how many loan officers I talk to, and they talk about how busy they are and whether they should bring on an assistant. And I always say, well, couldn't you automate some of those tasks? Well, yeah, but I just don't have time. Are you building up realtor relationships? I know I need to, but I just don't have time. Well, could you create a video? Couldn't you create some things that are duplicatable? Couldn't you automate it? Maybe it's time to bring on that assistant. And what happens is, if you never take time to catch your breath, strategically look at what's going on, and look at, where am I going to be at 6 months? Where am I going to be at a year? I talk to owners of technology companies, and they're excited, they're growing, but they have to have their hand in everything. And here's the problem. You can give them a plan, you can give them a strategy, and they're like, oh yeah, I knew that. I knew I got to take care of my sales team, or I know I've got to create a better marketing process, or I know we've got to do better onboarding. But guess what? They can't let go. They have to be involved in everything. And you know what they just did? They completely stunted their growth. You've got to put systems in place. You've got to leverage technology so that you're around and create a sustainable business, not just for this low-hanging fruit, but for the next 6 months, the next year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years down the road. So if you want to create a sustainable business, keep grabbing the low-hanging fruit. Keep taking action each and every day, but you've also got to find time to put that strategy in place and to think about, where do I want to be a year from now? Where do I want to be 2 years from now? Let's go. It's a start of a new week. Let's go out there and make it a great week. Fuel up on Monday. Let's attack this week, but let's also take time to strategically look at where do I want to be going forward. Have an amazingly blessed day.